All right, so just finding a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you. Bringing the hands to the knees. Just start circling the torso. Inhale as you move forward. Exhale, rounding all the way back. Warming up the torso, the spine. Circling the opposite direction. Inhaling as you move forward. Exhaling, rounding all the way back. Making your way back to center, dropping the right hand to the mat. Inhale the left arm up. Exhaling, leaning over to the side, reaching all the way out through the fingers. Inhale back up. Exhale, leaning over to the left, reach all the way out through the fingers. Inhale back up. Just moving with your breath. Exhale down, inhale up. Making your way back to center. Bringing the feet to the floor in front of you, hands back behind the knees. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, round the spine, bring the chin toward the chest. Let all the weight sink back, straighten out the arms, stretch the spine. Inhaling, sitting up tall. Exhaling, rounding the spine, rolling down onto the mat here. And then preparing for the 100. So feet can stay flat. This will be the easiest way. Or the feet can come up, knees over the hips. Legs can be straight up, about intermediate level here. Or the legs can start moving down. The lower they are, the more challenging it's going to be. Arms by the sides, palms down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders up. Press the belly down, flatten out the back. Pump the arms up and down. Inhaling for 5. And exhaling for 5. That's 10. Keeping the belly pressed down, keeping the back nice and flat. 20. 30. 40. Keep the belly pressed down, back flat. 50. 60. 70. 80, 90, and 100. Drop the feet down, inhale the arms up overhead. Reach up through the fingers, down through the toes, stretch as long as you can. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, sitting straight up here into roll up. Inhale as you reach forward toward the toes. Exhale, round the spine, inhale the arms up overhead. Just moving with your breath. Exhale as you begin each movement. Inhale as you end. And making your way down onto your back, stretching nice and long. Reach up through the fingers, down through the toes. Exhale, bring the arms by the sides, palms down. Inhale, extend the left leg up over the hip, press the belly down, flatten the lower back, and circle the foot inward. Keeping the belly pressed down, keeping the back nice and flat. And then circle the opposite direction. Keep the belly pressed down, back flat. Bringing the foot back to center, tucking the knee in toward the chest, hug it in nice and close. And lace the fingers up on top of that left shin. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders up. Press the belly down, flatten out the lower back. And then just switching the legs here. Single leg stretch. Keep the belly pressed down, back flat. By bringing the knees back in toward the chest, drop the head and shoulders down. Drop the left foot to the floor, knee can stay bent or straighten. Right leg straight up over the hip. Anchor the hips, press the belly down, flatten the back, circle the foot inward. Small controlled circles. And circling the opposite direction. Bringing the foot back to center, tucking the knee in toward the chest, hug it in nice and close. Lace the fingers up on top of that right shin. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders up. Press the belly down, flatten the lower back. Switching the legs, single leg stretch. Keep that lower back flat on the mat. Just move at your pace. By bending the knees in toward the chest, flatten out the back. Inhale, bring both arms up overhead, both legs down the mat. And exhaling, pulling the knees in. Move with your breath. Inhale out. Exhale in. Bending the knees in toward the chest. Extend the right leg up, left leg down the mat. Good. And then switching the legs here. Keeping the belly pressed down, back nice and flat. Legs as straight as you comfortably can. If there's a little bend, that's okay. Sometimes our hamstrings limit us a little bit. And bringing the legs back together, drop the head and shoulders down, arms by the sides, palms down. Maybe lifting the tailbone up, rolling the wrists under the glutes, flattening out that lower back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly start lowering the feet down toward the mat. As soon as the lower back starts to lift, that's the point where you lift the legs back up over the hips. Exhaling down, inhaling up. But if you want a little bit more here, as you bring the legs up, you can roll all the way over, bringing the toes up above the head. Good. Rolling down. Good. Bringing the legs up, maybe over. And then bringing the legs back over the hips here, bending the knees in toward the chest. Bringing the hands back behind the head, lace the fingers together, elbows stay nice and wide. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders up, press the belly down, flatten out the back. Move the right elbow to the left knee as you extend the leg out. Good. And just alternating side to side. Just moving at your pace. Making your way back to center, drop the head and shoulders down. Drop the feet to the mat, toes pointed forward, arms right by the sides, palms down. Flatten out the lower back here, so maybe tilting the pelvis slightly upward. Relax the shoulders down. Make sure they're not pulling up toward the ears. Just release any tension down to the earth. As you inhale, lifting the hips up for a bridge, reaching up as high as you can. Pulling the knees in so they're no wider than the hips here. You can stay here. You can roll the shoulders underneath the back and clasp the fingers together. Then you can hold right here or extend the left leg out, kicking the left leg up and down. Really strengthening the backs, the legs, the glutes. Keep the hips lifted. Dropping that left foot down to the mat. Inhale, lift the hips as high as you can. Maybe rising up onto the toes, really high. Nice deep back bend. And maybe staying here, maybe dropping the heels and extending that right leg out, kicking up and down, or just holding in bridge. Moving at your pace with your breath, keeping the hips lifted as high as you can. Dropping the right foot down to the mat. Inhale, lift the hips, maybe rising up onto the toes. Lift as high as you can, pull the knees in. Exhaling, rounding the spine, slowly rolling down, one vertebrae at a time. Bringing the knees toward the chest, hands behind the knees, rolling up into a seated position. And so we're gonna roll, it's called rolling like a ball. If you need extra padding, fold your mat for the spine or the tailbone here. Make sure you have lots of room back behind your head to roll. And finding your way into a comfortable seated position, bringing the elbows nice and wide. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, round the spine, bring the chin toward the chest, roll back to the shoulders, and roll up, squeeze through the core and balance. Inhaling as you roll back, exhaling up. Keeping the spine nice and rounded. Making sure you're breathing. Inhaling back, exhaling up. Don't hold the breath. Elbows stay nice and wide. Maybe the fingers are just barely touching behind the knees here. Arms are just kind of a guidance system. Don't use them to pull up. And then finding a seated position here just in front of the tailbone. Maybe letting go of the legs, maybe straightening, pressing the belly toward the thighs. Dropping the feet down toward the mat. Extend the legs out in front of you. So if you folded the mat, you can kick it back out. Arms out to the sides, palms facing forward. Relax the shoulders down. Make sure both sits bones are nice and flat on the mat here, nice and even. And then double twist from one side to the other. Keeping the arms straight, fingertips to fingertips. And making your way back to center, bringing the hands back behind you, fingers facing towards you. Inhale, opening up through the chest, relax the head back, maybe lifting the hips up. Take a deep breath in, exhaling, dropping the feet down toward the mat. And then walking the heels in towards you, but finding a balanced position here, pressing the belly toward the thighs. The knees can stay bent, or you can straighten, circling in one direction and then the other. Good, dropping the feet down toward the mat. Bring the bottoms of the feet together, knees wide. Grab the toes. Let the knees just move up and down a little bit. Here comes the baby. Take a deep breath in, and then exhaling, folding forward, moving the head down toward the floor. Let the belly sink down. Sinking a little deeper with each exhalation. Take a deep breath in, exhaling, slowly rolling back up. And bringing the hands back behind you, fingers facing towards you, but dropping the feet down toward the mat. Lift the feet up and then bend the knee, tap the toes and knees over to one side and then the other, and then kicking out the legs, tap, tap, and kick. Right? Just moving side to side. Okay, kiss. Okay, bye. Can. So dropping the feet down toward the floor, extending the legs up. Inhale the arms up overhead, flex the feet. Exhaling, folding forward, reaching toward the toes, legs straight. Let the belly sink down toward the thighs. Maybe rocking a couple times side to side, moving the flesh away from the sits bones. A little deeper into the stretch. And then slowly rolling up, making your way onto one side, hips toward the back of the mat, feet toward the front of the mat. Top arm is in front of you or behind the head. Pull the belly in nice and tight. Lift the top foot up. Double kick front and double kick back. Bringing the feet back together, pull the belly in tight, kick the top leg up and down. Nice hard kicks. Good, bringing the feet back together, pull the belly in tight, circle the top foot forward. And then circling back. Keeping the belly pulled in. Good. Bring the feet back together, slide the top toes to the knee, extend the leg up, bring the feet back together, squeezing through the core, keeping the belly pulled in. And move in the opposite direction. Lift the foot up, toe to knee, sliding down. Bringing the feet back together. Step the top foot over the bottom leg, hand on the ankle or on the floor in front of you. And then just lifting that bottom leg up and down. Lift as high as you can. Dropping that bottom foot down, bringing the feet back together, top arm in front of you or behind the head. Pull the belly in tight, bicycle the top leg forward. Keep the core engaged, nice and strong here. Use your full range of motion with the leg. Move the opposite direction. Good, bringing the feet back together, squeezing through the core. Make big circles with the top leg. Use your full range of motion here. Take your time. And then circling the opposite direction. Bringing the feet back together, kicking that top leg up, reaching up as high as you can up the leg here, nice straight knee. Pull the foot down towards you, Anuttanasana. Take a deep breath in and exhaling, dropping the foot down toward the mat, rolling over onto the belly here, making a pillow with the hands. You can rest the chin or the forehead down. Lift the feet up, flex the feet, turn the heels in towards each other, and then just pulling the heels in and out for heel beats. Good, dropping the feet down toward the mat, and rolling over onto the opposite side, flip around. Hips toward the back of the mat, feet toward the front of the mat, top arm in front of you or behind the head, pulling the belly in nice and tight. Lift the top foot up, double kick front, double kick back. Keep the belly pulled in, keep the core engaged. Just move at your pace, moving pretty quickly. So we have 30 minutes here. I'm trying to fit in as much as I can, but you can go slower. You can always go slower if you need to. Good, bringing the feet back together, pull the belly in tight, kick the top leg up and down. Nice hard kicks, just move at your pace. Bringing the feet back together, pull the belly in tight, circle the top foot forward. Small controlled circles. And then circling back. By bringing the feet back together, slide the top toes to the knee, extend the leg up, bring the feet back together. Squeeze through the core, nice and tight. And then move in the opposite direction. Lift the foot up, toe to knee, sliding down. Good. Bringing the feet back together. Step the top foot over the bottom leg or behind if you'd rather. Top arm in front of you or hand on the ankle. Lift the bottom leg up and down. Just lifting as high as is comfortable. Get the thigh up here as you lift. And then holding the foot up, pulsing little pulses. Good. Dropping that bottom foot down, bringing the feet back together. Top arm in front of you or behind the head. Pull the belly in tight, bicycle the top leg forward. And bicycling back. Good. Bringing the feet back together, pull the belly in tight, make big circles with the top leg. And then circling the opposite direction, just moving at your pace. Good. Bringing the feet back together, kick that top leg up on Uttanasana, pulling the foot down towards you. Nice straight leg. Maybe pulling a little further with each exhalation. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the feet back together. Rolling over onto the belly. And bringing the wrists underneath the shoulders here. Move the feet out about mat distance apart here. So maybe a little wider than the hips. Maybe rock the hips side to side a couple of times. Nice and comfortable. Keeping the wrists under the shoulders as you inhale, pressing up into the palms, lifting. Upward facing dog or Pilates swan, exhaling, lowering back down. Moving at your pace with your breath. Inhaling as you lift, exhaling as you lower. Just rolling up as far as you can. Maybe you only come up about halfway and your back tells you to stop. That's fine, listen to your body. Maybe as you lift, your thighs lift up. That's okay too. As long as it feels okay for your body, as long as it feels good for you. Never push your body somewhere where it doesn't want to go. Lowering down toward the mat. Walk the arms out in front of you. Walk the toes back behind you, stretching as long as you can. Maybe inching out a little further with each exhalation. Inhaling, lifting the hands and feet, and then swimming here, alternating side to side. Good. Lowering down toward the mat. Walk the fingers forward, walk the toes back, stretch as long as you can. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, bringing the hands back behind you, clasp the fingers together, or if that's uncomfortable, arms just rest right next to the sides of the body here, reaching back through the fingers. Squeeze the backs of the legs and glutes. Exhale, double kick. And then inhaling, pulling up. Salavasana, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale, kick, kick, inhaling, pulling up. Good. So as you drop the head down, just move it cheek to cheek, side to side, resting on one cheek, lifting into that back bend, resting onto the opposite cheek. Giving the neck a little stretching here, along with that back bend. Working the backs, the legs, the glutes, the lower back, the core. But next time you're in the back bend, just holding there, lifting as high as you can. Maybe the hands move a little higher, maybe the feet, maybe the chest, the thighs. And then exhaling, lowering back down. Wrists under the shoulders, take a deep breath in. Exhale, press back into child's pose. Moving the hips back toward the heels. Let the head and neck just relax. The arms relax, the shoulders relax. Relaxing down the torso to the hips, adjusting if you need to. It's comfortable touching the toes together, but don't force it if it's not. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, coming up onto hands and knees. Curl the toes, lift the hips. Downward dog, relaxing the heels down toward the mat. Just walking the feet. As you walk, moving the hips side to side here. Pressing the heels down toward the mat, nice straight legs. Inhaling, lifting that right leg straight back behind, reach back through the heel. Exhale, rotate the hip open, bend the knee, press the hip back. And bringing the gaze forward, drop that right leg in front of you, extend the left leg back behind you for pigeon. You can stay right here up in the hands. And start walking the hands out. You can drop to the forearms. Make a pillow with the hands. Or walk the arms all the way up overhead. Keeping that back leg straight from the hip down to the toes. Knee and the top of the foot should be on the floor. If you're kind of on the side here, see if you can lift that right hip up to get centered. It might mean you have to pull the heel back a little bit closer. If you do, that's fine. If you need a deeper stretch, press that heel a little further forward. If it's comfortable, flexing the foot here just to protect the knee. Sinking into the earth. And walking the hands up in front of that front shin. Come up onto the pads of the hands. Reach up through the crown of the head. Go back bend. Draw the shoulder blades together. Curl the back toes. Step back. Downward dog. Reaching all the way up through the hips. Pressing the heels down. Nice straight legs. Then walking the feet here. Maybe moving the hips side to side. But inhaling, extending the left leg straight back behind. Reach up through the heel and rotate the hip open. Scorpion dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring that left leg through. Placing the front leg down on the mat. Extend the right leg back behind for pigeon. Uncurl the toes. Get centered with your weight. When you're ready, walking the hands out. That left hip is up off the mat. Back leg is straight from the hip down to the toes. Listening to your body. So maybe you start in one position. Maybe you start here on the forearms. You're feeling a lot of pulling in the hip. Maybe as the hip starts relaxing, move down to the hands here. Or are you resting the head on the hands or the backs of the arms? Maybe you start walking the arms up overhead. Allowing the hips to relax and the knees. Walking the hands up in front of that front shin, fingers down, palms up. Inhale, reach up through the crown of the head. Exhale, relax the head back, open the chest, the heart. Shifting your weight onto your left foot, bringing that right leg in front of you. Just sitting in a comfortable cross-legged position here. Maybe half lotus, maybe full lotus, if that feels good. Both sits bones on the mat. Just bringing the hands to the knees. So to end, we'll just take 3 deep breaths. We'll inhale together, bringing the shoulders up toward the ears. As we exhale, we'll just drop everything down. Inhaling together. And we're all finished. Thank you for joining me. Let me know if you have any questions. Namaste.